most, if not all, of their outstanding vote, as did Washoe County, which is where Reno is. So, I mean, all the action's in Vegas.
As always. So, Steve, let's. Can you go to the what if map? Can we take a look at the state of play right now? And go ahead and let's just talk about right now the states where Joe Biden's ahead. Give Georgia to Joe Biden, give Arizona to Joe Biden, and give Nevada to Joe Biden. How many electoral votes, if those hold up, and I suspect that at least Georgia or Nevada will, but if those hold up,
here it is.
286.
That moves him to 286. Yep.
If you talk to Democrats, they are skeptical that they'll pick up North Carolina. Why don't we give that one to Donald Trump? Because it looks like he's most likely going to hold on there if the trends continue. And if the trends continue this morning, chances are very good that Joe Biden will take a significant lead in Pennsylvania. So why don't we give that one to Joe Biden? And let's see where we are. And
don't forget Alaska, just for accounting purposes here.
Oh, and then Alaska, to of course,
we'll
Donald
give that
Trump.
one to Trump.
Right. All right. So 306 to 232. Isn't that remarkably similar to Donald Trump's number 4 years ago?
It's the reverse image.
Wow.
Wow.
Willie, what do you think about that? I mean, you look, it's the reverse image. Let's keep looking at this map. You literally could reverse the colors of Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and look at those numbers, Willie. If those hold, the states he's ahead in right now, and Pennsylvania continues to go trending the way it's been going, Joe Biden will win, using Donald Trump's words, the greatest landslide in the history of mankind.
I was just thinking about that. Donald Trump claimed 306 was a landslide. It's not, of course, and it won't be if Joe Biden ends up that way, but it will be a significant victory. And look at that map. I mean, if that's the way it plays out, look across the upper Midwest. For 4 years now, Democrats have said those narrow losses in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania had to be flipped. It was a total of just over 77,000 votes across those three states that Donald Trump won to defeat Hillary Clinton. And Joe Biden, if he finishes off Pennsylvania today, will have done the job of flipping the three states that gave Donald Trump the election last time, Casey Hunt.
Yeah, and, you know, in many ways, I think if this is how the map ends up looking, it's going to be a vindication of Biden's strategy. You know, they've endured a lot of, comments from the peanut gallery that started in the primary when everybody thought he was doing that the wrong way, that he wasn't listening enough to the left of the party. And his advisors said over and over and over again, Twitter's not real life. We live in a more centrist America. We're going to appeal to those voters. It worked then. And in the final weeks of the election, there were a lot of people questioning, why aren't you going to Texas? Why aren't you spending more time in Florida? Why have you camped out in Pennsylvania? This is why Joe Biden camped out in Pennsylvania, and why right after that you had Michigan and Wisconsin. That they kept their eye on the ball the entire time. And if this is, in fact, what we're talking about here in a couple hours, when hopefully, perhaps we will be able to call this presidential race, that's, I think, what we're going to be talking about.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.